Alright.
Restart.
Alright, everybody. Welcome to the 18th Solace Podcast. I'm Ajeh, and I'm your leader of Solace.
I'm Rebe, General Solace.
Wombat almost maxed. 2 bananas, well, 1 banana since the EHP ranks changed.
Taking coins, rank 175 attack peer overall, and a corporal in Solace.
I'm Dr. Zoidberg, Bronze Star in Hexis, and 2-time Skilling Cup champion.
L.
Oh,
I'm Westfold, and yeah. I'm a Salt's friend. No,
I don't think you are.
what?
Alright, let's go on.
Alright, I am messing up these times already. Okay. You know what? There we go. Alright, what have you guys been up to recently?
I have still been fishing. I'm gonna get 200 mil in, well, I'd say under 2.5 months from now.
Nice. I'm finishing off max. I'm less than 2 EHP off of max, finally. Not even max in 2K16.
I'm just fire making when I can. I've been working a lot, so I haven't been able to put the hours in. I did a little fletching recently, and I'm also doing a little crafting on the side.
I'm doing Hunter.
I got to review kitting a few days ago, and I'm doing Slayer now, and diaries to. Well, right now I'm unlocking Slayer rings and Slayer ring and helm. And then I will finish off the Desert Diary, and I just finished Varrock Diaries earlier today. And I'm doing that for mining, because mining is gonna be my next 200 mil.
You heard it here first.
That's awesome, dude.
Look,
Yeah.
I recently hit 150 mining yesterday, I think. And yeah, plan on getting to a mill sometime in July. Probably early July, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll do after that, probably feeding. But, alright. First question, let's get right into it. First two questions are about Lynx Titan, I guess. So Lynx Titan made a progress video about a week ago? A little bit less than a week ago. And, yeah, what do you guys think about it?
It's good seeing content from Vest Lynx. Just nice to see what he's up to. I'm surprised he actually made a video about, well, it wasn't about con, but like the time I'd actually do it while he's doing con. But I mean, he didn't really do any updates, just said what he was doing. I commented on it. I'd like to see him kind of give his opinions on updates and polls, stuff like that. So excited to see more from him.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to see what his thoughts are on some future updates, because he's rank 1 and people want to know what rank 1 thinks about shit. And in terms of the progress video, I'm actually really surprised, and it was kind of spontaneous. Like, yeah, he did it when he got 3 bill XP, but nobody, like, I don't think he told anybody he was going to make a progress video. He just kind of did it, and he even did commentary as well, which was really nice. And we basically saw why, he basically explained why he wasn't actually making videos actively. Yeah, it's cool to see content from him. Hopefully we see some in the future.
I would love if you made new progress videos in general, because it would be the only one, I guess, that makes high level progress vids like consistently, and it would be nice.
My turn now?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a nice video. I really like his voice, and he seems very analytical when he talks about skilling. So I think it would be cool if he talked about other skilling related topics as well, because he seemed to put a lot of thoughts on it. I don't know how his opinions would be that interesting though, because he's kind of like someone that just is very much into what's the most optimal all the time. So I don't think he has like, I don't know.
It's more
I
like
might
people
do
will
that.
value it because he's rank 1.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I guess.
if like rank
I
10,000 EHP was like, this is my opinion, so no one's really care because he's ranked 10,000 EHP, but like, since Lynx Titan's put all this time into the game, he definitely has, he should have a pretty accurate opinion on stuff.
yeah, I
kinda
think it
like,
would be cool if he made more videos. So yeah, but I don't really have any ideas right now.
Yeah, I liked how in his video, instead of him kind of just trying to push out content, he explained that he only wants to make new videos, and I guess that didn't surprise me because he seems like a pretty respectable person. But I think a lot of people, if they were in his position, they would just be pushing out content to potentially make money from YouTube. But he's doesn't seem to be about that.
Or like a humble approach.
Isn't that partner, by the
Yeah,
way?
yeah, humble. I also like how he almost casually just talked about it. He's like, yeah, after General Slayer, I just did some melee, and I don't know. It's fun to see stuff from his perspective.
Yeah, sort of add on to this question, he basically said that he doesn't, he's asking the viewers for ideas to make videos. What do you guys have for ideas for him for original content? Same order.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't really have any. Actually, no. I did say I would like to see ideas for, not ideas, thoughts on updates and polls. I think he's got a very interesting opinion, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually, I think Aubrey, yeah, it was Aubrey that said it in the comments. He wanted to see like a sort of like Acid Soul style video where he talks about like his perspective on like grinding. I think that'd be really interesting if Lynx talked about that. She knows how much she grinds. And also stuff like maybe like a setup video, like just generic stuff, I guess, that people might want to see. And maybe like another video like detailing his lifestyle, how it revolves around RuneScape, and like how he manages his time at IRL. That'd be interesting to watch as well, or listen to, I guess.
Didn't he already do an AMA?
I know, but like more like in depth, like sort of like what's his daily routine sort of thing. I don't know. I think that'd be interesting.
The life of Lynx Titan. You should make a documentary, Kappa.
They could.
I'd like to see a skilling montage of him, like not really a skilling montage, but just a sped up version of him playing the game for 18 hours in a day. That could
Oh,
be
like a time
interesting.
lapse.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Like where you could see how efficient he is in like banking and the hopping from con now to agility. It would be cool how he transitions. Be a master at work.
I don't think you see him bank at all if he's won that fast for 18 hours.
No, but it would be like a 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. Would be pretty fast still. Yeah, you get the point though. Like.
Yeah.
You can speed down YouTube videos.
You could or he could record like 17 hours of gameplay, just upload that. People would watch it.
Oh yeah, in a marathon or
It would
something.
it would take so much time to like render and upload it and stuff. Sounds
Yeah.
annoying.
You could do it low quality though. People would still watch it.
I would still take a while, but yeah.
Wait, Ray?
Oh yeah, I just talked.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Next question. So same sort of on topic with Lynx Titan, I guess. He since about 2 days ago, I think, Lynx Titan got a temporary ban for 2 days for bot busting, and basically that just means that the automated bot detection system said, "Oh, this guy's botting," temporary ban him. And Yeah, what do you guys think about? So Lynx Titan also like claims that he uses only mouse keys. He doesn't use any third-party software, and none of that. And the bot detection system picked him up. What do you guys think about that? And also, how flawed do you think that system is? That's cool.
Well, it's always been flawed, I guess, especially back in like 2013. I remember our Flexis members got banned. Just even the leader of Flexis, even though he hasn't bought it or anything, and plenty of other people. Like even I was afraid of getting banned at one point. So it has gotten a lot better at least. But I mean, I don't know. It seems a lot better now. I don't know why he specifically got banned. Maybe because he doesn't talk at all, or I don't know.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot of factors. Like he has his private off. He like has the same like daily XP pretty much. Like it's pretty consistent.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot of repetition because yes, very routine based. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. So I can't really go in depth with it.
Maybe the trick to avoiding being detected is to be inconsistent.
Yeah, it's really odd because if you look through his Twitter, you see he's been temp banned like 5-6 times on different accounts, but they keep getting quashed. So he's obviously not doing anything, but yet the system's picking up for something. So it'd be really interesting to see what kind of parameters they're even looking for when he gets flagged by the system. But yeah, it's probably what you said. Like, just he probably has a very robotic schedule. He seemed to imply that.
Yeah,
I
like
suspect it's something to do
do
with
any
that.
other people these days get temp banned like that falsely? Like at
They
least in
don't
the
get
Spanish
quashed that
community?
fast, except for No One Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's right.
My bad.
Yeah. Do you think it's just like the consistency, and him like not really ever talking in game? I don't know. Maybe the detection like picks up on weird patterns like that, and it just assumes it's a bot.
Yeah, maybe. I know like that it hasn't really happened that much. Like I know in the early days people got temp banned for like using AHK. I know Vior was like doing Karambwans with that diagonal script, and he got like temp banned, or it was perm banned, but it got quashed in like an hour or like 20 minutes or something ridiculous like that. I guess it doesn't happen that often, so I guess that's a good thing. But it was kind of scary how it happened to Lynx Titan because he doesn't use any third party, and like it kind of like worries. It could worry like anybody who actually uses AHK on a regular basis, like most of us.
Yeah,
Since that's
it makes
worse
more.
than
It makes more sense if it happens to someone like Harm if it's doing like an OP anti-venom script. But since Lynx doesn't really do anything OP, doesn't make as much sense because I guess he is consistent in the sense that he's doing the same thing all over and over again, but he is making mistakes here and there, obviously, and there's no way the mistakes is that consistent. So I don't know.
yeah. Alright, we'll move on to the next question. So recently, Jagex allowed Ironman and Iron Woman to buy redirection scrolls from Nightmare Zone rewards, and yeah, previously they weren't allowed to do that. So what do you guys think about that? I guess okay. I don't mind. I think it's actually a good thing because I'm pretty sure the only thing that Iron Man can use to, like with their points is just views, and they have nothing else to use it for other than like supplies for Nightmare Zone, which obviously you're gonna get more points than you're gonna be spending. So it's a good idea to allow them to spend points, and also like I don't really understand why they weren't allowed to buy redirection scrolls in the first place, since they're not really since it's the only way you can actually access those tabs. Like I understand like the resources that you buy from the shop is sort of OP because you can gather all those in sort of an like Iron Man like way around the game, but you can't get redirection scrolls in any other place in the game other than Never Zone shop. So I think it was rightfully justified that they were allowed to buy that. I don't see a problem with it either.
I don't really mind. When I start my Ironman, I'm probably not going to use them because apparently they're not efficient enough to use because you need house tabs and it takes time to create house tabs. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I was trying to think when Ajeh was talking, like how useful they would be. Of course, like once you make big stacks of them, they would be nice to have, but you have to make the house tabs and everything. But I guess I wouldn't really know if that's efficient, but I do think it's fair that they're able to use them.
Microphone muted.
I think I'm gonna skip.
Microphone activated.
I'm surprising on, like, I don't really care. I'm really surprised I didn't have him in the first place. I don't give a shit, really.
I don't know. It doesn't seem that people are really salty about it, so I guess it's a good thing. I haven't seen anybody complain about it. I know, like, there are a lot of people who like say, "Oh, you chose to play Ironman mode. You should face the consequences."
It's a retarded stance. Like, why weren't they allowed in the first place is a question.
I think it's because people didn't want the reward store as a whole, and it just kind of slipped through.
You were able to buy imbues though, so that's, I don't know.
Yeah, but like you couldn't access the entire rewards tab, right? Which is where the rejection scores were.
Yeah. Are there any other like untradeable stuff you can buy from other than pots or imbues
Compost
or
potions, I
redirection
don't know if
scrolls?
they're tradable.
I think
What?
compost potions are part of the reward shop, and you can't get them elsewhere. But they basically just act as compost, so it's sort of the same thing as actual compost.
I think they turn
Are-
normal compost into super compost.
No,
in
that's
the
a
bin.
super compost potion.
Oh, what the fuck does a compost potion do then? It acts as compost, yeah.
I don't know.
I doubt it. I was pretty sure you use a compost potion on a bin of normal compost and it turns into super compost.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
But alright, moving on.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So what are you guys' thoughts on the Zeah dev vlog that was released over a week ago? It was the Thursday. Yeah, okay. So this dev vlog had the catacombs for Slayer, the woodcutting guild, the stalls, a new log. I'm missing something. I forget now. But yeah, what do you guys think about the whole dev vlog as a whole? How they're trying to add more content to Zeah?
I think the content they're choosing is like to add is pretty nice. Like the catacombs will be a nice way for noobs or non like Slayer who do not people who do Slayer without a cannon. They might go there to not annoy the people or not get crashed by the people who do use a cannon. For the woodcutting guild, I don't know, there's probably going to be after a few weeks an option or a poll to make the woodcutting cape teleport to the woodcutting guild because all of the other skill capes do that, I think, except for cooking. I actually don't know. And there's redwood trees in there, and you get like a +7 invisible boost to woodcutting, and there might even be a bank there, and I don't know. It might devalue fire making a lot because also the logs. I saw this on Twitter earlier. Automelogy posted or tweeted that the only use for the logs will be fire making, so they will probably be kind of cheap because all the other logs are used in different skills. For the rest
More
of
so
the
about the
con-
alk value. That's tied to the bows for magic logs. That's the reason they're expensive. Meant that, right?
That's true. Yeah, otherwise they would probably be way less because of the supply of Zulra. Yeah.
I'm certain they'll add some other use for the logs other than just fire making them in the future.
They already said on the Q&A this week, they definitely said not yet. I mean, if somebody suggests something good, I think they were open to construction. But in terms of bows and shit like that, they already said they're not planning on doing that at all. And they gave
Really?
justifications why they didn't want to do it.
I think the same went for construction, that it would be too big of a hassle to actually implement that.
Yeah, I think their words were something like, "We'll try and squeeze it in."
Oh. What were the other things again? Minecarts?
Oh yeah, the minecart transportation.
I don't know where it would lead or where the current minecarts
Dude,
go. They just kill the
I'm
grid
pretty
and
sure
like
you can just access any part of Zeah from any part of Zeah.
oh,
And like you can access a house from another house.
that could be cool because now like the only teleport you don't actually have like a teleport to I think Lovakenge, Shazian and well Piscarilius is the boat, but and Arceus is the teleport. I don't know. It might be useful for transportation around Zeah.
Yeah, it would definitely help people out, I guess. I have like mixed feelings with the whole Slayer Cave or Catacombs, I guess, about the whole like you can't cannon in there and it's multi-combat. I'm not sure what to think about that. Like at first, I was sort of like I was very unpleased with the J mods when I first saw the devlog, but then like they sort of like explained why like adding multi-combat and not allowing cannon will cater more to lower level or non-efficient players and also make it slightly more dangerous and encourage protection players. So I can understand that, but the only way I can understand that actually is if it's pretty easy to access. Relatively easy to access, I guess, because they do have players do have, I guess, an extra incentive, which is those shards for the new Arclight. So, but if it's way too hard to access, I don't know how many people are actually going to go there and rather than just kill some hellhounds in Lynx Cave. But all the other stuff in the deadlock, I'm pretty happy to see. I guess I'm glad that Firemaken's losing a little bit more hours. And cost less, maybe.
Yeah, I think what you said about lower level accounts having an incentive to go to that cave is very important because if it's going to be multi, you'd assume that low level accounts are going to get fucked up in there. So it really is going to be dependent on how convenient it is for them because it has to be pretty fucking good for it to be better than Neve's Cave as it is right now because you see all the plebs that are like level 80 combat killing blood belts, they're running back and forth to that bank, picking up some more food and banking their rune meds. It needs to be similar levels of convenience or they're just not going to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's pretty essential for them to just slap a bank right next to the cave.
Yeah, I'm not
If
sure
they
how
want the
likely it's
desired
gonna do that,
effect.
though. Yeah,
I think
besides
that
the other shit. Now you go on.
I think it will break our Ironman Slayer EHP. Cause you know how Dagonauts are so easy for Ironman? You tag everything and it just dies because of your serve helm. If it's multi-combat in the cave, you can do the same thing basically. And just let everything die with venom. And yeah. That
Also,
could
it kind of depends on how many monsters are like, what's like the density of the monsters, if they're spread out or not.
Yeah, if it's based on like
True.
chaos tunnels, they were pretty densely packed, if I remember right.
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems to be that's the kind of yes,
Did they say
inspiration.
how big it was going to be? Like the cave in itself?
No.
They
I don't
implied
think
it was
so.
big, but they didn't give any specifics.
Will it
Oh
be
no,
as
they
big
did,
as
they did.
Neves?
They did. They said 3 map tiles. I'm not sure how big a map tile is.
A map tile. Is that like what you can load at once? Like what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure either, but that's decent. I don't think it's as big as Chaos Tunnels though.
No, I doubt it.
Wasn't there also something where you can like offer things that the new like I don't know what blood velts the new creatures are called, but that you get like heart clues from?
You mean like they'd all drop shards and you could like put them together and then when you have the full thing. Oh no, that's the Arclight, but whatever. There's like a
Yeah.
mini boss that you fight in some way, and I think it guaranteed drops a hard clue, and it can drop elites. I can't remember how exactly you access the boss.
Oh yeah,
but,
yeah.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's bulk basically.
So it's
Just
like
an end boss.
consistent loot. It's probably alcohols or something.
Yeah, they said consistent loot, so you'd assume alcohols. Probably some of those fucking redwood trees as well. Like if You'd assume they just throw that on whatever drop table they can, to be honest.
Yeah. Because how many people do you think are actually going to cut those? If it's like 92, I bet the success rate's like twice as worse as magic trees, or
Yeah,
even
you also
more.
you get an invisible, I think it's +7 woodcutting level in that area. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's like magic and yew trees in there, because they'll definitely be worth cutting in there if you're going to cut them.
Yeah, antiques. To be
I
replaced
don't think
AFK.
I put teaks in there, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone would really care because it wouldn't be efficient to go in there because you can't 2-tick, probably.
I mean, like for people
What
like
if they add words?
people like
Yeah,
Jickle
people
often.
AFK, yeah. But I think they have the idea that that everyone would be annoyed if they added teaks there. So I feel like they just wouldn't do it. But I don't know.
Would we be? I don't know. I wouldn't care.
I mean, no.
They
that's
might
what I'm saying.
think that
We
we'd be
wouldn't
annoyed, I
but
guess.
They might think we would be, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
There's also the everyone's missed the thieving stall for the fruit, which is obviously amazing.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's
Fills
what?
that crucial level 25 thieving gap.
the fruit stalls. Well, no. How would this affect?
They might have. It might be good money though
pineapples
for low
and
levels.
like papayas
I doubt it'd drop papayas and shit.
and payments in general. Coconuts.
The main use of it seems to be. Oh no, hang on. The two noteworthy pieces of fruit are papayas and Nova fruits, which are used to make the +4 herb lore boost.
Oh, so it's basically a new item. So yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
does have a use.
But yeah, it
Plus
does have
4
papayas in it,
boost.
so-
Is that even going to be used? Like, okay, +4 Herbler. I guess it'll use for quests.
Ironmen quests, yeah.
Yeah, it won't have much of a use. And if it's Ironman quest, then there's not going to be a market for it, obviously. But it looks like it's going to be dead content.
It does say a
Well,
rare
unless-
chance of papayas, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. Sounds like dead content. They just added those sand crabs as well, which is.
Yeah, there's shitloads of them. Have you seen them?
Oh, I
There's
haven't
probably
seen
like
it.
400, honestly.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Nice.
so many.
So it's bigger than
You
rock
know,
crabs.
there's the beach around Zeah.
Yeah, I know it's pretty
From
big.
like the east and south coast, it's all over those.
Oh god.
Yeah, and there's a bank chest where you make the coal, so it's pretty good.
So it's basically rock crabs times 10.
And you can't use a
Yeah.
cannon there.
And you can't cannon, exactly.
Well, even better. People can't get trolled.
I think some people would like that though. I think
I'm
it's
sure
good.
loads of people use it.
Yeah, it'll be like full. I don't know.
Brings people to the continent at least.
Yeah.
That's all.
There was a soul bearer thing as well. Any of you guys do the soul bearer quest?
Nope.
Yeah.
Quest.
They should just make it. I don't understand why it has to be a mini quest. They could just make a quest, like a small, like not a big quest, but just a small, like I don't know, like cook assistant. Maybe a little bit bigger than cook's assistant, but like something.
They basically did. There's not much point in them randomly adding quest points if it's just like it takes like 4 minutes to do. Well, okay, it doesn't. But for the time you get the book, it does. There's not much point in them doing a quest on it, to be honest.
Cook's
Oh, I
assistant
didn't
is
know what the
also
content
fun
of
to
it
use.
was. I guess.
Book's assistant is 5 seconds. You got the shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same with Doric's quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have anything to add, Vespel?
I think you guys, I think you guys covered a lot of it, but the question was, what do you think of the devlog, or what do you want to add, or
What do you think of what's inside the dev blog? Like, what's already in? You don't know, not add anything to it. Like, what do you think of the content that we're proposing?
Oh yeah, I think you guys covered the most. Then I think we're just gonna move on to the next one then.
All right. So moving on. So another CML okay, so recently Foot changed a shit ton of EHP rates on Crystal Math Labs. I think like 3 days ago. Yeah, so a lot of shit was changed, like melees, most viables, rune crafting. Yeah, rune crafting. Like, okay, most of the EHP changes were pretty good. Everyone seems to agree with them. I know that cooking was we asked him to change cooking. He hasn't changed it yet, but that's not too big a deal. However, rune crafting was changed to 40 mil XP. You start doing lavas, and all the way up to 40 mil XP, you make double nats. because it makes you enough money to start flipping. And really doesn't make too much sense because no one's going to do that. Like, the people who runecraft nats are people that don't play alts, and the people that don't play alts most of them are not going to flip either. So this EHP rate doesn't really cater to anybody, like maybe 1 or 2 people honestly that play efficiently. So what most people proposed was just do lavas from whatever level you can start lavas at, and basically all the way to tuner now, just do lavas. But what insisted on making flipping meta. What do you guys think about that? That was my answer.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't really know why it's based on flipping. I've been told that he was quite a big advocate of flipping when he played, so it seems like a lot of his own opinions pushed in there. I guess it's kind of it kind of makes sense. However, I just don't think it's realistic to base the entire system on flipping. I think there's too many assumptions put in there. I would be fine with it being fully assumed on 0-time GP, as it obviously is more efficient.
More consistent as well.
Yeah, exactly, more consistent. You can very easily assume that you can make the GP by using an alt or buying bonds or whatever the fuck you want. That's why I think 0-time GP is a much safer assumption. But most of the rates are fine for that already. Is pretty much just rune crafting needs to be set to from level, what is it, like 23, you do lavas?
Yeah, but the XP rate's going to change obviously because pouches.
Yeah. I was fine with the previous system because you don't have to make assumptions. I mean, based on current markets, you can figure out exactly how much money you need to be making to do efficient methods, but I'm fine with 0-time GP being the meta.
Yeah, it's me now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, wake up!
Yeah, I actually got quite a lot to say about this. Like, it's I think it's nice that they finally added
Hey, wake up!
to assume alts. I don't know if 0-time GP is quite the correct term, because obviously you are limited in terms of the hours you are doing, spending on the other skills while you're using an alt, I guess. I'm not gonna bother flipping myself.
Hey,
Flipping
wake
is
up.
kind of inconsistent, and it also depends on your capital. So yeah, I don't think flipping should be in there. I just think you should add like realistic experience you can get, like have construction with mahoganies, black tea hides for crafting, at least right now, because they are not that absurdly expensive. So I think it's fine that they assume alts for everything.
User
But
disconnected from your channel.
Rune crafting should be changed. Not only the fact that he thinks you should do single nuts to 40 mil and then 40 mil to 200 mil obviously doesn't make sense at all. But I also think you should assume that you're using an alt for rune crafting. Like you're using a runner alt. With lavas you could get like 80k an hour doing that. And with natures you could get like 34k. While the EHP rates assumes that you're doing solo. Which just makes sense because when we're talking about alts, then it should assume everything basically. Like, if it seems that he only thinks that alts can be used for money making and nothing else, and that's not the case. He could also add like superheat agility and things like that as well, which is the most optimal, I believe. Yeah, there's lots of changes to rune crafting, I think. There's probably other stuff you can do with alts as well that I haven't covered. Like, you could also use a runner for agility eating, even, and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like the rates where they are for the most part, but I don't really know what specifically I'd want different. I like the assumption that it's just 0-time GP.
Oh yeah, sorry to can I just add on something? Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like I think most of the rates are all right, except magic and fletching.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you should
Hey,
even
wake up.
bother like assuming that you're imbuing with agility. I just think there should be 0 time and not give any HP at all. So it doesn't have to assume anything because there's a lot of skills you can get a lot of magic XP with without wasting any time, as well as fletching. So I think there should just be 0 time and then focus on the other skills. Yeah, now you can continue. Sorry for disturbing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think I was gonna say that I think people worry themselves a little bit too much over the EHP rates. You should just do what's efficient with
Yeah.
your playstyle that you want to be doing, and don't let some number like control what you're gonna do. Like
totally
even
agree with
though
you.
I have a shop alt, so I shouldn't ever really have to worry about money in the future. I don't know. Even though the EHP rates are pretty accurate for what I'm going to be doing, I don't think everyone like has to follow them.
I think they're basing off RuneScape isn't like it's probably the most efficient way, but it's probably not the most fun way to play the game. Well, in my opinion, and I just want to go to Ironman as soon as possible before EHP rates get even more out of hand.
Yeah. I think somebody brought up black d'hide bodies. I don't know how much you guys know about it, but do you guys think it's realistic that people can do black d'hide bodies? Because not that many of them enter the game.
like,
I don't know much about it.
One
But-
person could, but not everybody in the game.
I know that most people aren't going to
Exactly.
do them.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying, is it realistic to set the HP rate on them? Because pretty much only one person could do it. There really isn't any entering the game.
Have people actually done them before? As a thing, like
People have done.
People propose this crafting rate to foot, but like I can't think of anybody who's actually done black dead bodies consistently.
I always have offers in, and it takes so long to buy.
Yeah, the only thing bringing them in is black dragons themselves, because they were on the original Zora tier but got taken off. But I think somebody checked,
Oh, yeah.
and they maybe like 50k of them are traded a day, on average.
And that's with flips as well. So it might
Yeah,
be
exactly.
even like 20k in total. They could
I
just
don't
get
think that's a
flipped.
realistic rate to have. Also, Vest, you brought up him changing magic and fletch to 0 time. I agree, and the reason he said he doesn't want to is because if you have a player who's done every skill except for magic and fletching, it would say they're 0 time to 200 mil all, and obviously that wouldn't be the case, so he wouldn't want that instance to happen, even though it's never going to happen. That's his reasoning.
I guess that makes sense, but if he's worrying about like maybe a false like first person to 0 hours to 200 mil all, you could just he can make magic and fletching 200 mil an hour, something like that.
I got a different idea. Like because there's only a finite amount of skills that are possible to multi-skill magic with. So if those are already 200 mil, then you could presume magic with like ice barrage or whatever the most efficient method is, and then you could just add that into it.
I believe that's how it's supposed to work. It's hard to say because you obviously can't see the exact algorithms, but I think that's what he's implying.
Oh, that's
how
how it
works.
is?
Yeah, because I know Slayer has magic
Oh.
baked into it, and I think fishing doesn't, because you get above EHP in fishing still. It's really weird.
Right.
Okay, but yeah, if it is like that, then I guess it makes more sense. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the magic, like, is it for woodcutting? You can either fletch or do magic, and you'll get EHP rate. So I think you're a good vessel with hitting EHP rate when you're doing woodcutting because you were fletching, but you weren't getting magic XP. But it didn't really matter because I'm pretty sure it's one or the other. I know Vior, I saw like I think he posted on the Solace offsite what those algorithms were for like how much magic XP you should be getting for like fishing XP, for example. You're able to see like what the XP per hour was, basically what he assumed. And I know that when I saw woodcutting, it said like either fletching or magic. So, but I don't like right now. It basically assumes that that you gain a certain. I think it's like what 150 mil XP or something like that, somewhere around there. That you get through 0-time magic, and then the rest of it you're supposed to barrage it, and you get EHP for that. That's what his algorithm says, I think. Which is that correct?
I have no
Like if
idea.
you go on the time to tune them all from 0 stats, I don't know if it says that magic.
And Ned
does.
said earlier you get 75 EHP from magic. I don't know if that's true, but I
Yeah.
trust Ned.
Yeah. Personally, I think like the only thing he should really worry about right now is uncrafting EHP. Those magic EHP thingies aren't really much of a problem. Most people seem to be able to do all they do skills anyway.
Yeah.
That's
What do you
me.
guys think about Blast Furnace? You guys happy with that?
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, I think it's fair as well.
But I don't think
I think
that is
300k
what
was
you
a
should be
fair
doing.
rate.
Yeah, because I know that people complain about shitty hosts a lot, and they don't get like free 350k XP all the time. So it's out of your control as well. Like you can't control how good a host is. So sometimes you can get as low as like 300k per hour, or even you can get lower than that if they're really bad. So yeah, 300k is a fair rate. And it's pretty fair average as well, for the most part. I don't think too many people have done it, but enough people have done it to basically give input on it.
Yeah, Ging just linked the algorithms for how magic EHP is calculated in the chat if you're interested.
Yeah, this is the same that the viewer showed me. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. You guys ready to move on?
It's still
Oh.
yeah. The only problem with it still looks kind of strange to get like a lot lower HP than it's supposed to do. Doing certain skills like woodcutting, for example. Like I don't know how you could change that. Like I guess you could assume that you want the magic with woodcutting specifically.
Yeah,
So you could do that.
I'm sure someone could ask him about that. And like another problem, I guess, was Slayer was supposed to be changed to 45k per hour, but he didn't end up doing that because it would fuck around with the melee ratios that basically determine how much melee you're gonna get from General Slayer. And he wants to have more accurate values on melee ratios before he actually changes that, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's
But-
very fair.
Yeah. 40k per hour right now is okay.
Yeah, I would like him to just make magic and fletch just give 0 HP. There really isn't. There is that obviously that very fringe reason, but that's never going to be the case.
Yeah, no one's actually gonna have that happen to them.
Exactly. But yeah, in terms of Slayer, I think there are a lot of people who slay efficiently who use ults right now, so it should be only a matter of time until some ratios can be gathered from that.
Yep. Right, moving on. So recently, I think it was 6 hours ago, they released a dev blog on a new minigame called Last Man Standing. And basically this minigame is your 25 players get thrown into a pit, and it's basically a free-for-all, and you have max stats. You have to like scavenge around this island for supplies to fight other players. Kind of a cool concept, but you can have like an entry fee in there. But basically it's sort of like at the end whoever wins basically wins the pot, and it could be whatever amount of money, I guess. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, so I was just reading about it right before we started this, and at first I'm like, it's probably not going to be that good, and then I was reading, and I was actually pretty interested in it. I like the idea of it a lot. It's not something I'd play, but I think it's actually going to be pretty popular. It's a cool idea where you have to kind of run around and find your supplies quickly. It's kind of like how Minecraft, people call it like Hunger Games on Minecraft. That became pretty popular, and that's fun to do. and this is kind of the same thing. I think it'll be a good update actually.
It's like RuneScape H1Z1 too, kind of.
Yeah, it's like that too.
And also, when I first looked at it, it seemed to me like a buffed Tazar fight pits, which it kind of is, with the whole
It's more
solo
interesting.
aspect. But there's so much more aspects to it that way more interesting, and that basically makes Tazar fight pits like, I'm pretty sure it already is like dead, but it's even more dead now. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I won't do it. I'm sure a lot of people will find it fun though. The reason I won't do it is that I prefer just to have solo gameplay when it comes to skilling. So that's probably the main reason. Just kind of the way I want to play the game. Like I like how flowing it is, and mindless and perfectionist, and I'm not a big fan of the competitive aspect anymore. Although I think a lot of people find it fun, so yeah.
I think the question was more, what do you think about this dev blog?
I'm just talking about the minigame in general.
Oh, okay, whatever.
What do you want me to talk
I
about?
wanted you to talk about the dev blog, the minigame, not how you value the game, or how you
What's
view
doing
the
talk about the
game.
competitive aspect of it?
Yeah, well, I
True.
guess Harm is gonna complain now, Rip.
I like the idea, but probably with every update, like huge update, quote unquote huge, that you make, there's always a flaw that just ruins it, like Deadman mode. Everyone was really hyped for Deadman mode, and then it just turned out to be failure because of clans, and it might happen now, like clan is going to queue up in the same thing,
I'll
and
basically
going to
scam
form
somebody.
teams. Yeah, going to form teams, split the pots, like, I don't know. There's going to be a way.
True. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm fine with this update. This is the kind of update where I can't see this negatively impacting me. I mean, obviously, for what it looks like, it's going to benefit me slightly because it will be a minor gold sink. If people want to play this shit, I don't really care. Looks like the kind of thing people will be interested in doing. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Alright. So, next question. What do you guys... So, basically talking about the time differences between... Or the hours difference between time to max, like when the game was released, and time to max now. Pretty sure like time to max is like 2. Was it like 2.7k hours or something like that? Does anyone remember? Probably you, that's what.
Yeah,
more than that.
most people spent like 3,000 hours plus on it.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
and right now it's like, if you look at CML, it's right under like 2k. It's like 1.9k or something like that. So basically, max has been devalued by 1k hours.
It's 1.850 because I'm maxing right now with 1.850.
Still needs to be
Okay.
changed because they're still assuming nets.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it's gonna go down even more. Basically, it's been devalued by a little bit over 1k hours. What do you guys think about that? I guess.
I don't know. People are gonna like most of it's not really devaluing, but it's more well it is actually devaluing, but it's not because of updates is what I think. But more because of the methods that have been discovered and that were in the game since release, so
Yeah.
I don't know. The max different, like the time has changed more because of like discovered methods other than updates.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about like these So basically, like people came up on the spot with rates like pre-99 rates for gather skills, which might not be really accurate. So like it's hard to say how accurate this time to max number even is at 1.8k, and it's going to go down even more for the lavas. But yeah, I think that like max has definitely gotten a little bit easier grind base wise since release. Maybe not like I know that
Okay.
You go on.
I'll just finish what you're gonna say.
No, go on.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's. I don't think it's just the time though. Like, because when you talk about rune crafting, for example, like lavas already existed, and sure you can use alts now, but that's still very click intensive. But I think a lot of people are getting maxed now right after soul runes came out into the game, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that made maxing a lot easier. I thought they made the mining FK, and right after Model Mine, you saw more people getting maxed, and then after soul runes now, there's like a buttload of people getting maxed. So I think it's more about how you can AFK more than the hours, because it's getting a 99 isn't that many hours to begin with, so it's not really that difficult. It's only when it comes to 200 mil, it's like a true grind. So I think it's mostly about making skills more AFK. Devalues it. Yeah, like I guess it's not really relevant to me anymore. Although if I started, like, let's see if I get banned and I started playing another account now, I would just go for 200 mils and just don't bother to max, I think.
Yeah, actually I don't know about Zoid, but I think Vestfold was the only person like actively playing a lot at the start of Old School in this podcast. I wish I played back then. I liked a lot of the kind of old-fashioned methods, even even though I can still do them today, I don't want to because they're inefficient for what I want to do. I think it would have just been fun to like do those old-fashioned methods back when they were efficient. I think it would have been pretty fun. But I do think it's just way easier to max now with all the updates.
Yeah, I know Ajeh, you mentioned the rates for like gathering skills per P99. Fod's been talking for the longest time about doing scaling algorithm that would actually be more accurate.
Yeah, I remember
I've been
that.
saying that for a long time. I don't know how close he is to doing that, but that should improve it a little bit. But as I said, lavas probably should be assumed if we're assuming 0 time GP. So it'll be just over 1,000 hours from the start. Yeah, I didn't play near the start, at least efficiently. I don't know. I definitely enjoyed Granite a lot more before free-tick methods, and I'd love to just sit there AFKing, fishing with nobody caring. So I probably would have enjoyed it more 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, back when methods weren't discovered.
Yeah, it would have been better, I think. Yeah, I'm not really too bothered. I think one thing people missed a lot is with the introduction of the Max Cape, a lot of people want the Max Cape, and then they push for methods like Zeah rune crafting. I think that's a big deal. Maxing is just going to become more and more accessible as people want the cape.
Yeah.
Can I just add on that? Like, I think I kind of agree that when back in 2013, it was really only me, Jabrim, and User that was getting close to max. There were a lot of people beforehand that were also going for max, but they kind of gave up along the way. So and it also took a while, and it was like annoying trading stuff and all the time. So maxing was actually kind of like a genuine challenge. But after the max cape get introduced into the game, like a lot more people actually wanted it for whatever reason, and then they are a lot of them are having difficulties getting max cape because they aren't really skillers. A lot of them are probably like PVMers and things like that, so they want a lot of the more difficult skills to get easier, so they don't have a hard time. So max cape might actually have had a negative effect on it. Although if you're talking about Sorin specifically, I guess Jags were really misleading the community by saying that Sorins have like a, I think they said it's a high intensity or something like that.
I have no
and
idea how they claimed that. Yeah.
Yeah, they really imply that. Well, just not even implied, but just or outright stated that. So yeah, that was really bad. But I mean, they did add multiple mine though, and they didn't say that was super click intensive at least. So there's that. Yeah, although I think AFK rune crafting was their doing, so that was really sad. Like I don't know, I really don't trust the Jagex team, the old school team, to be honest. I don't think they care about the evaluation of skills.
They said before they don't intend to increase like XP rates of like max XP rates of skills.
Okay,
like,
but
make
I
better
give you an
methods.
example, like not the last podcast, but the podcast before. I mean the Q&A before. The recent one. They talked about a thieving outfit, I think it was, or like thieving bonus that will give you like a chance of getting like double loot, and that was like the only question, like getting double loot, because I guess the person who asked wanted to make some more profit from a cool outfit, and yeah, I think that was like a fine idea. But then when the team were actually talking about it, they started talking about double XP all of a sudden. Like a chance of getting double XP, even though that wasn't related to the question. And then they wanted the community to talk about that as well, so they even seem to be leading the community towards that devaluation of building, so I think that's kind of scary.
I know, but what I said was they didn't want to create like higher XP per hour existing methods.
No, but that will create higher XP per hour existing methods.
Okay, no. I mean, like they don't want to create a new method that's better than all the existing methods.
Well,
like an entirely different new skill method.
Yeah, but they will still add stuff that will make them more fast.
Yeah. I don't think they mind doing that. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what you said is. Sorry, you go on again, Wes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that matters when they could just add whatever they want to on the side. Yeah.
Like what you said about. Yeah, I think it was kind of Matt K that pushed the idea of the thieving output of it being like 5%. But I think from the content developers like Ajeh, Kieran, I really think they're smart about they get feedback before they introduce anything, and they did listen to us in terms of the Zeah update, and they scaled back Zeah runecrafting a decent amount. So I do think they have devaluation in mind when they're designing new content. I think they've improved a lot in terms of their approach towards new content. But yeah, it's I don't expect it to be their top priority, but I do think they give us a lot of credit when they're thinking about XP rates and balancing.
Yeah, that's true. Right, moving on. What is your biggest flaw as a RuneScape player?
I guess everybody experiences this, but I guess I even lose motivation throughout the day. Like I'll first get on, be like really excited, like not wasting any ticks when I can, and throughout the day I'll just start like AFK fishing, or I'll take longer breaks away from RuneScape, and I don't really feel like free taking anymore, and I'll just kind of sit here. It kind of happens with other skills, especially anything click intensive. I lose efficiency pretty extremely throughout the day.
Yeah, for me it's kind of the same thing, except like for me, like throughout the day, it's not really throughout the day, it's just whenever it sort of happens, I guess. Like I get more easily distracted. Like throughout the day I get more easily distracted, and that means like somebody will, I'll be texting somebody and I'll be just like 5 tick mining and just like dropping inventories and shit. Like while I'm texting, like I'll be on Twitter for like 2 hours or something like that, and like not really 3 tick mining. And I try to cut back on like distractions, I guess. But I always get distracted no matter what. I guess that's my biggest flaw. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're doing like something like AFK, but like if you're doing a click intensive skill, it really hurts your efficiency when you get distracted.
Yeah. I kind of feel like, you know, I don't think I'm perfect, but I think I'm kind of like well balanced, you know, in most things. That I'm like, I'm pretty good at efficiency, but I could be better, you know, things like that. So I don't think there's any like one specific thing that I'm really bad at, but I could just be slightly better at most things. Like I'm decent at all, I think, but I'm also not the best. Like I'm good at efficiency, but like, you know, Aubrey or Ned Flanders or something is better. So I feel like I'm not the best at anything, but I'm just good at everything, kind of.
Are you flawless?
No, I'm saying like I'm not flawless when it comes to anything, but I'm just good when it comes to everything, kind of. Does that make sense?
Well, what's one thing you'd like to improve on?
That's well, I'm always continuously improving on what I want to, I guess. I don't know, like when I go to new skills, I like I like trying to master them, and then I will every day I will slightly improve with it getting more mindless and also getting more consistent high XP rates. And then after a while I get really good at it, and that's a nice feeling. And then getting 200 mil is nice because it took so long. It was a very huge grind and a lot of work put into it. That's kind of how I feel. So I guess that's just a general improvement. Yeah. I guess that wasn't like a real direct answer to the question, but like that's kind of how I go about it, I guess. So there's no like specific thing that I'm like really bad at, you know.
Side.
I removed myself, mate. Go
On
for it.
that,
Wait, oh
Wombat.
wow, last minute.
I'm a
Okay,
Hexus
sorry.
member. I'm perfect.
Oh, oh my god. Flaws. Not being able to do con. I have no idea why. I just can't hit that 900k.
I was so bad at con.
It's disgusting. Well, I didn't lose that many hours on con, but perfecting methods, I guess. I could get like high XP rates in in the most efficient methods, but never like the highest of the highest. I just want to be Scott Wilson, dude. He's good at everything.
consistency.
Mr. Dave X, yes. Love him.
All right. Next question is: would you like to see some mini games incorporated into efficient skilling? So, like, I guess this question means like, so let's say Cast Wars, for example. If you do that for some sort of skilling method and it's efficient, you get like a reward for it or something. I don't know, something like that. I guess it'd be all right.
Like dungeoneering.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, engineering. I was thinking more like along the lines of like as existing minigames. I mean, engineering could be made a minigame and it could be incorporated into skilling, I guess. But like for me, I don't really see a problem with it, except I know like a lot of skillers don't like minigames in general. Like I know that like Trouble Rune would be a good example actually. It could be like a cooking minigame where like you gain like a lot of cooking XP from being successful at the minigame. Sort of revive it in a sense. Not that too many people are skillers, but it would give some activity there. I guess it depends on the minigame for me. I don't understand. I wouldn't see why like barrows, for example, would be like efficient for anything, and I don't think it should be made efficient for anything. But like sort of like non-PVM related minigames, I don't see a problem with that.
I don't know. I think for me at least, efficient skilling is kind of about taking it your own pace, plodding along. I wouldn't really like to see minigames involved in it.
I know the festival talks about this often. Like before he wanted to like start altscaping, he was saying if you could replace a lot of the normal ways to train expensive viables with a minigame that gives like slower XP, but potentially like costs nothing. I do think that could be a good addition to the game. They'd probably be like less AFK than training the skills as well. I guess to us they would be dead content, but I think a lot of people would still do them if they're balanced well. So I don't really care for them, but I think they could work.
You mean like
As
Tith farming minigame? Where
Yeah,
it was
kind
like
of, but that's
free.
really inefficient. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is,
that
but
that is what
like,
I'm trying to say. Yeah.
like what if it was like a Herbler minigame but similar XP, like 120k an hour or 200k an hour would be free. You
Yeah,
would get like
I
rewards.
think that's pretty fair, to be honest.
well, you can get really high experience with Venoms, so
Yeah,
True,
it's
true.
fair.
well, yeah. But a crafting minigame would be really nice. Like I still stand for those viable minigames. By the way, like I still think that would be really cool. If they were to do it right, they could be really awesome. I think. It will also be very difficult to as well. So I don't know. But I could imagine some really nice stuff with like a crafting minigame. I'm sure a Herbro minigame could be cool as well. You know, construction minigame. I'm sure there's a lot of potential there.
Like Flash
think
Power
it-
Factory had like Herbor in it or something.
Yeah, you
RC.
got some Herbro XP, and you could. There were like stored XP, and I think you could put it on Herbro and agility. I think.
Yeah.
If
I
I
guess they go like and like a stealing creation kind of minigame.
well,
I
that's
know that was
that's
really
mostly
popular
just
for
bonus
skilling.
XP.
Yeah, in like a different way, I guess. Like the
Yeah,
minigame itself,
it is for buying
incorporated
stuff,
into-
so I guess it's yeah.
like the minigame itself incorporated into efficient skilling, but not like bonus XP, store XP rewards, shit like that. I guess I like the minigame, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. As
Yeah,
long as it
I like stealing creation as well. But they should do something different, I think.
Yeah.
Something more specific to individual skills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not just like a group of 4 skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could just create a minigame. Yeah, probably a better idea to create a minigame for a skill rather than use an existing minigame to incorporate it into a skill. Like that idea better.
I think I would really like something like stealing creations where you get your rewards. You get your points and then you can buy like was it called volatile axes or
Yeah.
yeah, or sacred stuff like where you get bonus XP or like more XP, and if that would actually be efficient to get, I would actually enjoy doing that because it would be something different than always grinding that skill. Like you could have fun doing PvP things while still being efficient, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, sort of like or mix things up.
Mm-hmm. It also like shows you other aspects of RuneScape other than just skilling for the people who want to be 100% efficient. Would show a minigame side, a PvP side for efficient player while still being efficient. Maybe even like a quest that actually is like gives EHP. Like it would take 1 hour and would give you like 60k agility XP. That could be cool.
I think Monkey Madness 2 is like pretty close to efficient to do in terms of the XP you get.
I don't know, I haven't done the quests. But I guess you get like 300k melees. And I don't know.
Was it 300k
Some other
melees?
reward. Or was it 100k?
Yeah.
Was it 100k in each or 100k divided?
No. It was 2 lamps of 50, not lamps, but like 2 increments of 50k.
Oh, okay, that's pretty bad then. Never mind.
It wasn't just on melee; it was just in any combat.
Oh. Yeah, well, yes, you would use combat stuff.
Some players that use prayer.
Trickle did it on Magic.
Wow.
Yes.
Got the trick.
All right, moving on though. So like almost 2 weeks ago, they talked about how Australian servers would be a possibility now, and that they'll probably be added within 2 to 3 months from now. So that's great. I personally am really happy that this is being done. I did not expect. I didn't think this would ever happen. Honestly, like all the way until the day that Old School was closed, they wouldn't have our Australian servers because they gave a pretty direct reason that it would cost too much or something like that, the DDoS protection. But they seem to have figured it out, and they're having to release them, which is great. I know like Aussies always complain and get demoted about the whole Aussie ping shit, and yeah, it's great. I'm happy for them and happy that Jagex is actually doing this. Finally.
So they're planning to add like just brand new worlds, right? Not replace others.
Yeah, it's new worlds on top of what we've already got. Matt K confirmed that.
Okay,
Great.
so that'd be maybe 20-ish new worlds, something like that. That could be really good for Slayer or the altscaping. More worlds is always better. Even if we now will get horrible ping to Aussie servers, I think for Slayer they can really help issues with crashing and just overcrowdedness.
I think we kind of cool to just like see like what an Aussie world what Aussie ping is like. We can actually
Understand the
see for
pain.
ourselves. Like we can understand their pain that they experienced for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Of course, like I think like typically we have generally better internet than most Australians. That's also a factor, but I mean obviously we're gonna have over 200 ping to that damn server, no matter where you're from.
Yeah, I hope to just add like they should just add one Australian world and it should be 2,000 total over requirement. Or actually no, it should be max combat. I mean max cape requirement.
Why?
That'd be nice. What?
Why?
Because it would be funny.
Yes, please.
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
For the quest. They got so mad. It was so much complaint. It would be even more complaint than they used to be. So that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So on the devlog it said the reason we'd be getting them, it basically implied that the Australian servers in RS3 are fucking terrible, which I've heard, and they're looking to improve them, and that's the reason Old School has the opportunity to get some servers out of it. So they'd be in the same data center as the RS3 ones. Yeah, I mean it's good news for Australian players.
Oh, so the Australian servers on RS3 are always terrible?
I've heard they are fucking awful. They just
Even
disconnect
for
all the time.
Australians, wow.
Yeah, they just disconnect all the time. That's the problem.
They
Yeah,
had good
so they're looking
ping,
to
but they
improve.
were unstable.
Yeah.
Sort of add on to this, I'd like to see like not just Australian, not just American. Like I'd like to see a more widespread sort of regional worlds. Like instead of like having like 20 American worlds, put in like 5 like maybe 10 American, 5 Canadian, and like 5 Brazilian worlds. And then instead of like 20 UK, or I guess like instead of like 20 German, just like spread them across Europe.
Well, that would just be themed worlds because they're not going to change where they're hosted. It's too expensive for them to do. But
Yeah, but I think it would be a lot more useful.
I don't know how RS3 did it, but I think they just had something where like they were all hosted in one place, but they had themed worlds for people who spoke different languages. I think that's how they did at least.
Oh, so like if
I know there were some that had dedicated ones. Like I know France had their own servers, and they were like everyone used them because they were much more reliable and lower ping. But
so like
they obviously wouldn't rehost them.
So like Southeast Asian worlds weren't actually hosted in Southeast Asia?
Oh no, they probably were. But I'm saying like French and German servers were probably hosted in the same place.
Oh.
Trend.
If that was a possibility though, like that'd be great because it would cater to like all like the whole player base basically, and not
Yeah,
like just if
I
you
think-
have the fucking server up your asshole, you have one ping or something.
Yeah. I think the thing with that is obviously like in Europe we're all densely populated. Like a server in Germany is like going to be very slightly faster than a server in Poland. That's the reason there's not much point.
Yeah.
Like the entirety of Europe is half the size of Canada. Not much point.
Quick question: would you get the full 6K ticks an hour if you had one ping?
No, that's dependent
Or is
on
it
the.
server-based?
That's not dependent on your
Server
connection.
side. Yeah.
Oh, that's server side.
I think it's dependent on how many players are on the server and like how strong the server is.
What if you
Changes
host the
this.
server?
If
You
I was,
hosting, I'm sure it'd be fine. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about this like a long time ago. Like you could have like Hexus hosts their own server, Solace hosts their own server, like clan hosted servers. If
Well, you say that, it'd just be Gav would host both of them.
yeah, I guess so. But that would be like obviously that would never happen. But I think that'd be a cool idea. Have like a clan only world.
I'd like to think clan worlds would be less toxic, but it'd be even worse than usual. Let's be fair.
Really?
I don't know.
The only people you're gonna see there are clan members.
Yeah. Have you heard them? They're mean. Trickle calls me a noob every day.
Yeah, Hexus problems.
Nah, they're all really nice. I promise.
All right, well, moving on now. Do you think players should be allowed to see the code of the game? I know like a lot of games, you can actually like view what's in the code. So like not open, but like I guess like a lot of like games that offer mod tools, obviously you have to see the code. But like example, like if person said example, like be able to see the drop rates of a certain monster, something that like rates that Jaggers haven't offered, but people are interested in seeing. Like you can look into code and see like specifics like that. Do you think Jags would ever allow people to see that?
It would be kind of hard, like especially with skilling. I think it would be really hard because like with teaks at 99 might be like a 75% chance that you get a teak log, but that also varies when you're talking about levels under 99. So that's kind of hard to determine.
I think
guess
that they have like an algorithm for that, and
easy.
you just put like the skill level into the X value.
Also, there
And
would
this
be
gives
like
you a
a
number.
math calculation and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool, I guess. Probably take them a lot of work to put that calculator there. But I guess it could work out. I don't think enough people would be that concerned about it though. So, but I think it would be very cool though. Yeah, like every skill I were to do, I would always calculate different things just so I have all the information available. So I would love that kind of stuff. But I don't think most people would care at all. So
I think it would be really interesting for us to actually like calculate drop rates and like spawn timers without asking like JMods or whatever. But on the other hand, it would be really easy for private servers to recreate RuneScape like to its fullest. Like
Oh yeah,
actually
that's a good
have the
point.
same game because they just give away out their code. And I think it might be, I don't know if it's actually like that, but hacking into systems if it's
But I thought it
or
wasn't that
bots.
they were gonna give out their codes, but they were just gonna make like calculators and the RNG based things. What the
Oh,
chances are?
I think this
I just-
Quiver Assets basically like meant like open source, so like you can see everything,
source. Yeah, that would be bad.
every
Well.
single line of code that is implemented into the game.
No, that shouldn't exist.
I think they could show like certain classes in the Java file, and if they showed everything, like Wombat, I think it was, he said private servers could be created, and that's pretty true. And also, if they show all of the code, like really everything, I feel like people could figure out like what is detected as botting and what isn't, and then potentially make like
Ooh.
really good botting clients and get past everything. Or even, well, I don't know, like bypass 6-hour logs or something, like really in-depth things that we would never find out unless we saw the code.
And maybe the anti-bot system or whatever is also in the in that code. Like the what's it called? What the fuck? The automated ban
Detection?
system for bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, bot detection system. Maybe that's also in that code, and maybe it would be easier for bot creators to prevent prevent getting banned.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously not going to release that kind of stuff ever, so really isn't much point talking about that. But I would definitely be interested, as I said, to see kind of how certain things are calculated in terms of skilling. They have released a lot of them, and if you ask them enough, they will usually release them. But it would be nice to see the entire algorithm, how it's actually calculated. Another thing I'd be really interested in, like things like tick manipulation, like how they actually work from an engine level. Like I have no idea, and it'd be interesting to see.
Good reading the code, it'd probably be pretty difficult to understand it, but
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, another time you probably figure it out.
yeah. I guess that's sort of like how that's sort of something I'm interested in as well, like why it works in old school and why it doesn't work in RS3. What changes that?
Well, it's definitely from an engine level.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I know just a little bit of Java, and I think I'd just be really interested to see like how they actually just build a game. Like I know it's going to be just tons and tons of coding, but it'd be just cool to see like how they do everything.
Yeah, I believe they use their own system. It's called RuneScape, I know, but I don't know how close it is to just plain Java, but it obviously is based on it.
Was it originally made in Java?
I know that the engines. Okay, so as far as I know, the engine's written in Java, and the higher level stuff is written in RuneScript, which is kind of based on Java.
Hmm.
Another good thing about it though could be that people who want to code will be able to look at the RuneScape code, and maybe that would be like future content developers for RuneScape. Like if they perfectly know how the code works and know how to add stuff, it would be easier for them to like find new content developers.
Yeah, like self-teach yourself, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess like I'd use these algorithms to just calculate max XP rate basically, and maybe like some spreadsheets for certain things. I guess like I guess most of them are already created, ones that I would think of, but I would definitely use it to just do math. I guess skill in math. But moving on, do you think that wearing a max cape should give a +1 permanent boost to all skills? So like a cape boost that you get like basically individual skill and capes allow you to get a +1 boost that gives you like basically gives you one level 100 in that skill. But this question suggests that you should get 100 in all skills by wearing the max cape. What do you guys think about that?
Wait, what, 101?
No, like
What?
+1, so you get 100. Sorry.
Oh, just 100. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you said 101. I think this shouldn't be implemented at all. Like, it would be too OP because for the skills that it's actually relevant, hunter, woodcutting, I think mining too, you already have the boost option on the cape itself. And I think it adds a bit more skill if you're able to cape switch. Just use the cape and get a boost to keep yourself at level 100. and like making it so Maxscape gives it permanently would be a bit too easy, since we already have the feature in game to have +1 boosts.
Yeah, that and I feel like it's the devs should really put time into that. It's not really. It doesn't have much use in the game. That effect.
I don't think
So I'm
most
fine
of
with.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying I'm fine with the way it is right now. Maxscape. I think it should be changed at all.
True. I don't think any of the like high-level skilling community, the people who have Maxscapes, would actually want that as well.
Am I gonna talk now, or
Yes.
isn't it okay? Yeah. When I've been using the normal skill caps a lot with like fishing and recruiting, and like even though that's like that's also a +1 boost, it creates so it's more intensive basically, but this won't add anything to that, and you're not gonna be able to do that anymore. Or I guess you could, but there will be no point. So so you would just lose that element of it completely. And yeah, I think that would be really bad, because especially with fishing, I enjoyed fishing more when I used the +1 boost. There were different ways I could do it as well. Like I could cheat it with the knives and then quickly click on the skill cave, or I could also right click the skill cave while doing the reindeer cheating. So it added another element to it, and it also does that to other skills. So yeah, that would be really bad, I think. So I would never want that implemented.
I'm not really sure how much +1 actually does, if anything. I haven't really like tested a full 6 hour of doing the constant boosting versus non-boosting. For the 2 good 6 hours I've done, I have done the constant boosting. It's not hard to do, it's just 1 extra click per minute. But I don't think it's worth the time to make the Maxscape like automatically do it.
Yeah, seems like wasted time to me. No one really would care for that anyway. But moving on, would you say that grinding skills is a challenge?
Yeah, it's kind of for most skills, it's kind of the only real challenge in it. Is just putting in the time. Yeah, it really is, and I like that aspect of it. It's what draws me to it.
Yeah, I guess like it's sort of like an endurance challenge. Pretty much. If you're doing a skill straight, I guess if you're skill off, and then it isn't really an endurance challenge at that point. But yeah, I'd say grinding skills is definitely a challenge in itself. Might be like easy to do the method itself, like it's not like difficult, but putting in the time might seem easy, but it's probably difficult long run, depending on the skill, of course.
Yeah, I think it's challenging. For most players, like they'll max and they'll either stop playing, either they're just bored of the game, or well, I'm not sure. I was gonna say like it's like too hard to keep going, but I don't really think it's too hard to keep going. It's just that they're bored of it, which isn't the same as it being too hard. But there are a lot of methods in this game that are challenging to keep up, and most people probably won't ever do them long term. So I guess it is challenging.
You guess?
I guess.
Well,
I
I
kind
think
of contradicted myself.
yeah. Well, I think it's like it matters. It has different factors to it, kinda. Like I think the intensity is extremely important, and obviously the XP rates is very important when you're talking about grinding. So I don't know, like I would say a skill is really grindy if it's like over like 1,500 hours or so, like 2,000 maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it really depends on the intensity too. Like, I think it's probably easier to get to the middle routing with AFK routing rather than ticking. Obviously, that's extremely biased, but I think things like that are like it's just a lot more challenging because you have to put a lot more dedication into it. Like if you're like AFK routing, I'm not gonna name a not gonna name a specific person, but yeah. If you're like AFKing and routing, then you can multitask and you don't have to put into that much effort.
We know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, fine. I'm talking about Jiklim, okay?
Oh.
He's rank 6 routing. He tried out to ticking and he couldn't even do it for like 1 hour or something. And he just gave up and decided to go back to FK routing because he wants to multitask. And yeah, this is an example of it. So it requires a lot of dedication. I'm sure, like, I don't think everyone can do it because they just lose their patience over it, and they will just burn out basically. So that's why I think it is a challenge. But also, yeah, it really depends on the intensity, and obviously the experience is very important. And yeah, so that's why I think even though agility is really AFK, I think like long-term grinding it without skill upping could be challenging. It certainly was challenging to me. I kind of burnt out at 100 mil. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I think it is challenging. I'm all about that grinding. I really love going for grinding challenges. It also depends on the hours per day you play as well. So there's a lot of different factors, and it also depends on your personality, how challenging it is, things like that. So has a lot of elements to it. Yeah.
I think it's challenging based on what skill you're doing, what method, how much you like the skill. If the skill is like RSI inducing, I don't know. It's based on a lot of factors. But if you like grinding, I guess you're going to enjoy the challenges though. I like going for max. I like the grind. It's over, finally. I'm glad. But yeah. It's a challenge.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the skill. Like mining, like 3-tick mining, like the method itself, like in itself, like ignoring like the time it takes to get to a certain goal or whatever. The method itself is not really that hard, but like doing it for a long period of time is more challenging than most people would think. So that part of grinding really is a challenge. But like maybe like something like agility might not be as much of a challenge because of how easy it is to do and maintain.
I think a lot of the tick manipulation skills are harder to keep up, not just because of the click intensity, but because it's like, well, mining is a bit different, but it's easier to just AFK. Like, even if you're 2-tick wood cutting, if you wanted to, you could just start 4-ticking. And if you're fishing, if you wanted to, you just start 5-ticking. And so it's like, it's just really easy to go back to pretty much AFKing. So you have to like force yourself not to do that. But other skills, like, I think agility is a good example, even though it's a ton of hours and some people find it boring. It's, I guess I think of it as an active skill where you have to just keep clicking to train the skill. You can't really just stand there. Even though some people will do that, but I don't know. It's easier to make yourself keep doing agility than it is to like tick manipulate something else.
Alright, moving on. Would you like to see customizable interfaces? So I guess that means like you can move your inventory around, your chat box around, your mini map. I don't know. Like you can move. You could basically customize what your game template looks like in a sense. And I think it should be implemented actually. And I think it'd be pretty beneficial for like pretty much any player actually. Like for example, like I could move my chat box off the like somewhere off, like maybe at the top or something like that, so I can actually read the chat while I mine, because I can't do that otherwise I lose I lose clicking space. So that would be beneficial for me. So yeah, I'd like to see customizable interfaces.
Best.
What?
Your turn.
Oh, I completely zoned out. Like seriously. I don't know what's been going on for like the past 4 minutes or whatever.
What do you think about customizable interfaces, Vest?
What's that? Customized?
Customizable interfaces.
Like on RS3 where you can move
Oh
shit around
yeah. Well, that first didn't.
Yeah.
I think that was what.
yeah.
Okay, I think that was what ruined multi-skilling fletching and one like manual prayer. Like you have to AFK prayer and RC. That's what you're talking about, right?
No. We're talking about like you can move your inventory around anywhere on the screen. You can move your chat box anywhere on the screen.
Oh, of course, yeah. I don't know why. Oh my god, that's such an idiot. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that should exist. Okay.
Shouldn't? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that should exist.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah. I mean, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. So. Yes. Yeah. Sort of a.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Sorry.
know. I don't really think I'd use it, but if it comes out, I'd play with it for sure. Would it be so far as you have like your magic tab open and your inventory open, like on 2 different areas of the screen?
Ooh,
Like,
I never really thought about that.
Does RS3 have that?
I think that, yeah, actually I think
I
they
think
do.
you can have everything open, so you could have like easier access to imbuing, stuff like that. Maybe you could even make the magic spellbook tab like really small, so you can only see the imbue, and just like put that next to your inventory or something.
Oh yeah.
That would be kind of OP, but I don't know.
I like the idea of that actually.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Making things easier.
Kind of brings more innovation to skilling as well for us.
Yeah, more EasyScape.
That'd be worse, I think. I mean, you just F key to it, and like a lot of skills, like fishing hunter, you just like you put your thing you're gonna drop or place trap just over where the imbue is, and just switch to it. That's much easier than like having it somewhere else.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. But if it was an option, I'd probably make it separate.
You think Wombat?
Oh my god, it's my okay, yeah. I thought I said yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Should implement 10 on 10. Go ahead.
If it was just
Good
like
insight there.
interface around, I wouldn't really give a shit. I probably wouldn't use it. But they talked on the QA
Yeah.
this week about being able to customize in what order the options were for right-clicking things.
Oh,
And
God.
going down that, I really wouldn't enjoy that at all, to be honest. I like the simplicity of old school. I'd rather they just keep it how it is.
I mean, they could have like a default option, so it doesn't really make it more complicated for the average player, but like for someone like us.
No, I just mean, yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't have to use it, but I don't know. I just like keeping things simple.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. Last question is, take us through the typical day of a skiller. I guess this question is basically like, how does your day just kind of plan out? If you're playing RuneScape the whole day or something or whatever.
Wombat.
I'm too busy.
Let's
in
start off
this-
with waking
this
up.
clan chat. It's yeah, okay. Well, it's fucking 2 a.m. here. Oh wow, that's why you said waking up. Oh, I'm so fucking zoned out. Okay, waking up. Well, is this weekend day or like a day where it's
Whatever
going
day you want it to be.
ham?
I don't know.
Your average day.
Average day, wake up at 8, go to school at 8:20, and then stay in school till 4 p.m. and then come home, start RuneScaping at 4:30, and then stop at 11 p.m., do homework while I do some AFK shit, eat at like 11 p.m., and then go to bed.
What, you eat before you sleep?
Yeah.
I
It's
heard that's
because,
like unhealthy.
It
Might be
probably
wrong.
is.
I do it too.
And it's hard, but it's hard to fall asleep every time. But it's just how the family works. Like my mom, works late, and then she cooks dinner, and then yeah, we all eat together and then go to bed.
Yeah, I get
On a-
home. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, on a weekend day though, it's like waking up at 8 a.m. and play RuneScape till 2 a.m. the next day. Pretty fun. 8 a.m. till 2 a.m. Yeah, now you can go.
All right. I get home from school right before a farm tick, so I have to get home really quickly. Got to do my farm run, and then usually I just hop in Nightmare Zone while I grab some food because I'm always really hungry after school. But I'm kind of racing Dark Astra to 200 mil fishing right now, so I'm just trying to keep up while I can until summer rolls around. So I'll just AFK fish while I eat. I'll bump the forums, check the website, talk with the clan, and retick most of the time when I'm just sitting here, like not eating or doing homework. I'll always start my homework after midnight. And yep. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, I'll wake up from. Well, lately I've been sleeping a bit more average than usually. Like on average, I sleep like 7 hours, but now I sleep like 7 to 8, kinda. Yeah, I wake up and then I turn on my computer, and then while it's turning on, I get some breakfast, and then just eat that breakfast. Usually while playing RuneScape, and then I either go to school, or if I don't have school, then I just play RuneScape. And yeah, I guess you could talk about time management. Like, I pretty much just like play RuneScape most of the day, I guess. Probably had chores to have to do, so I just do the kind of that throughout the day. Yeah, like most of my life is just RuneScape. So I fap a few. I fap about 2 times a day. Like usually I fap like a few hours, few hours after I woke up, and I eat my cum for energy. And then yeah, and then yeah, and then repeat that in the evening.
This is going on
And then
YouTube, remember?
And then I usually exercise before going to bed, because that makes me more tired. And yeah, that's kind of my day. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna be able to top that. Let that sink in for. Holy shit. Okay.
Wait, Fest.
Yeah.
Exit Smells asks, can you recommend anything good to fap to? I like cartoon
Well,
girls, he says.
I like fapping to anime girls. Usually I like fapping to like their feet. 'cause I really like that.
The feed of anime girls, nice.
Yeah. I usually
Okay.
just look at pictures though on like Tumblr and stuff.
Of anime girls?
Yeah, anime girls feeds.
Oh yeah, nice, nice.
Okay. Well, my day varies quite a bit, but I guess like I could give you like my average work day where I mean like where I go to work during that day. So typically I'll wake up at 6 a.m. and then get ready for work and then go to work and be there by 7. And then I'll basically be on TeamViewer the whole time while I'm in Network Zone, so I'm not really ever logging out during the day. Then I come home at 3:30, take a shower, play for like 2 hours or so, then go walk my dog. Come back, play for 2 hours or so, eat, and then play for 2 hours or so, and then then play for 2 hours and then like take a break and do something, I don't know, whatever I feel like doing. And then I don't know, I play for like an hour or two and then watch like a film or something while I'm playing, and then I go to bed. And then for like a day that I'm not working, it's basically wake up, play for a bit, eat, play for a bit, go for a run, and then come home, shower, eat, play for a bit, walk my dog, play for a bit, eat, play for a bit, sleep.
Yeah, I also
Nice.
eat throughout the day, by the way. Like, eat very often. And like how long it takes to make usually depends if I want to bother or not. Like, I kind of like making food, but this just depends on the mood I'm in.
Do you guys usually eat with your family, or do you eat at the computer?
No, I usually eat while
I eat
being
alone
at
at the dinner
computer.
table.
Yeah,
My family goes to their rooms and eat, and I just sit there at the dinner table and I eat. Not even joking.
Oh.
You're joking.
Well,
Oh.
actually, to be honest, like the only reason I'm doing that is because like I'm not gonna eat while mining because there's no point really. So I'll literally just go into Network Zone and while I'm eating, I'll just be on my phone or TV or while I eat. I don't need to like
That's fair.
dirty my computer or anything like that. But if I was doing like crafting or something, I'd eat while I'm playing.
For some new scenery of your kitchen.
Yeah, it's a nice kitchen. Like I should snap you one day.
Yeah, so mine varies a lot because I don't have a consistent sleep schedule at all, and my uni hours are different from day to day. But typical is I'll get up, check Twitter, obviously, go make coffee, flip a coin,
Coffee?
if it's heads. Yeah, of course I make coffee.
No tea.
Why would I not make coffee? Tea, like you need coffee in the morning to wake you up. I actually don't drink that much tea. It's all right, but I prefer coffee. But anyway, I flip a coin. If it's heads, I'll take a shower.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm gonna start doing that from now on. It sounds like a good idea, actually.
And if it's tails,
You just made that up on the spot.
Add some humor.
what
Anyway.
happens if it's tails?
I thought that was legit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll usually log on RuneScape straight after that because I don't like. Usually, I keep my schedule where I'm waking up a long time before I have to go out because I just prefer that. I usually just play RuneScape. If I have to go out that day, I will. I don't really do anything except for university and like buying food. So yeah, I'll come home. Why are you laughing at buying food? I've got to buy food.
Yeah, man's gotta eat, dude. How's that funny?
Dude, you get your parents to do that. Fucking 0 time going to the shop.
I live at uni. I don't have parents here. I've got to
Call
fend for
them.
myself.
Just
Call
call
them.
them
Anyway.
homeless
Force your
pizza.
roommate to do it.
Yeah.
I barely see my flatmates. But anyway, so then I get home. I don't really eat consistently either. When I cook food, I usually just cook one big meal a day and then don't eat anything else. So I'll do that whenever I feel like it. Play some more RuneScape. Go to bed. Don't really do anything interesting.
Oh yeah, I also got some other tips. Like I shower every day, but the point in time I usually do it is in the evening, usually a few hours before I go to sleep because it kind of makes me relax and it's easy to sleep that way. I feel. You should also masturbate, and you shouldn't You shouldn't eat before you go to sleep.
You do though.
No, I don't eat before I sleep. Well, I guess except my, But that's not that many calories though.
All right.
Fair enough. Well,
Well,
that's...
we have one more question.
Oh. You want me to answer it? You want me to ask it, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask.
All right. Why does Ajeh not have a fire Snapchat like Randalicious? And I pretty much am the only person that can answer this. I'm not really that.
I can order.
Ray?
It's in order. So
Ray answers first.
it's because Ajeh lives up in the snow, so fire is harder to make. It's just really cold out. Like, I don't know. Fire is harder to come by.
Yeah. For me, like, I'm not nearly as active on Snapchat, and I don't really want to like force myself to be on Snapchat that much. I don't really have like many interesting things to snap anyway. Like, well, look, guys, I woke
But you
up.
work at Walmart.
I work at Walmart. Okay, there's some things that happen, but like,
customer.
yeah, some things happen, of course, at Walmart, but like, not nearly as much as like shit that happens to Randy. Like more than half his snaps are like just messing around with filters anyway. So. And
Went
like,
to the zoo today. It was great.
I gotta check that out later, I guess. But yeah, I don't go on adventures like
Oh
that.
yeah, it was today.
Be right
Fucking
back.
check those out. There's loads of them.
Yeah, if I lived in Alberta, I guess like my Snapchat would be pretty fire right now.
I get it.
What were those dogs though? That the other day, like, you had some dogs on your Snapchat.
Dogs.
Yeah. Or your
Right.
dog and that like weird fucking eyes, and you just
Oh.
like.
Oh
like,
yeah.
four
When I just
pictures
snap
of it.
those random like yellow-eyed dog pictures.
Yeah.
I do that quite frequently. I start putting like a Snapchat filter on my dog or something.
Yeah, just make a good fire Snapchat. Like, go into the toilet, take a huge
Take a
dump.
picture of like my pants
Yeah.
when they're on my ankles.
Yeah. Just have that as a daily, and like face cam yourself or like face swap yourself with something else. Have some stupid filters. Film yourself saying, "I'm proud of my Solace woodcutters," something like that. Pretty
While I'm
funny.
taking the shit.
Yeah, while you're taking a shit, obviously. Just sitting on the toilet. Just wanted to say, I'm proud of my Solace woodcutters. They're doing really well, etc. You get the
Oh
point.
yeah. Chris just mentioned in chat. Yeah, my Snapchat will be pretty fucking lit this weekend because I'm gonna be all away for the whole weekend. I'm gonna show you guys everything.
Right. Don't let us
Pretty
down.
much.
Didn't touch
Unless
my
I'm-
balls. Thought
unless
that's
I'm
what was gonna happen. Guess not.
I'm sorry. Alright.
Unless I'm
Oh,
too
it's
drunk
fine.
to remember or something.
Was that Randy's Snapchat? Yep, must be.
Regular price of tickets $14 per person.
$14, boys. Okay.
Okay. Alright, well that's the last question. We're gonna wrap it up now. So if you're watching the YouTube video of this, I'm gonna put in the description the link to the Google form that you can submit a question through for the next podcast. The next one should be let's see, the 3rd of the weekend of the 4th and 5th of June. So basically 2 weeks from now. Yeah, I'm gonna be tweeting out as well the form if you want to look up for that. And that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Max party tomorrow, 8 p.m. Belgian time. Be there.